Okay, so intro is officially over. Now we're going to go to this hair cutting thing and see how this goes. I have done this once before for me. It worked out perfectly fine. It actually was super cute. So I figured I could go ahead and show you how I did it. Fortunately, there's a lot of great things on YouTube. Sorry, I just got out of the shower, so I haven't brushed my hair. And tomorrow I will do my makeup super cute, so that way I can do a tutorial on how to do your makeup as well. Because this right here, extremely tired, and it's really easy to cover that up. And I believe in girl power, so prefer to cut my hair when it's wet. It tends to make it a little bit easier. Had to brush it, that's why I waited till I got out of the shower. Only thing is that it's still a little itchy. Afterwards, being a girl, it's not near as bad as being the guys. I do my son's hair all the time too. And I've done other people's hair. Thank you, Mom, for teaching me that life skill. I greatly appreciate it. So, brushing of the hair always helps. I usually do a side part. And my hair has been growing here recently, which is kind of obnoxious because I'm starting to have these like little baby hairs here, and I haven't had those since high school, but that's a long story too. So what I am going to do is just kind of part my hair how it naturally falls. And I just put some dye in it. I'm gonna kind of section it off because it makes it a little bit easier to cut, especially it just makes it a little bit easier to cut. Oh my God. I'm really hoping that I can edit some of these out. Like I said though, never done this technology thing before, so okay. And then I usually try to go for like straight across. I was doing it to where it was longer in the front and shorter in the back, you can kind of see. And that honestly is a little bit easier when you're doing it yourself, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and do that again just because, like I said, it's easier, and right now I can't really afford to go get my hair trimmed. So, and I really hope that my hairstylist isn't watching this and isn't going to give me, you know, hang me on a crucifix later. So what I'm doing is pulling it forward down underneath my chin, and then I'm going to angle it to where I can see it and step back here a little bit. Sorry, you guys can't see me. Okay, step back a little bit so that I can get it over my sink. And you just go at an angle, straight up. When you get done with that section, you're going to pull the next section. Make sure you get about the same angle. If you can see it here, it's about the same angle. And cut that at the same angle so that way it still lays nice. And like I said, I'm doing longer in the front, shorter in the back. It makes it easier to curl. And this is where it gets kind of fun because you have to pull a little section of this from the back. Make sure that it matches with the other side. So I do that by using the other hand and just kind of pulling it around. You're going to pull your hair straight back behind you until it's close to the bottom, and then pull it to the side, and you can see here. So this is where I cut, and it's shorter than this down here. So I'm going to try to get as close as I can and still keep it even because I want it to blend. Okay. So I've got that. And now I'm going to grab that section that I just cut and pull it over to the other side because it's about the middle there. And that gives me the section to start with on my other side. And for the record, like I said, I will show you how I'm doing. I will style my hair tomorrow so that you can see I don't look like a complete and total idiot. Not that I necessarily recommend this if you actually can afford to spend $30 and go get a haircut. Okay. And you want to make sure, you can see I've got a pretty drastic angle there. So I'm going to use my other hand because I'm right-handed. Make sure it's matching with these hairs here. And then just come down and cut that as well. And it's easier if you do a little bit at a time. My hair is pretty even. Just to cross-check, I will still take and just kind of pull it down and make sure that it's about the same. My collarbone's right here. It's right under my collarbone on both sides. It's a little, yeah, and it looks a little bit longer over here. It's just because my hair is wet and it's trying to curl. And I've got more hair over here. It's an optical illusion. It's kind of hard to judge. Like I said, only reason that I know this is because my mom has done hair for a very long time. Not professionally trained, but she did mine from the time I was little. Again, thank you, Mom. So now that I have that little section, I'm going to use that and pull down the next part. And my hair is extremely fine. I don't have a ton of it, which makes this exceptionally easy to do as well. So the next thing that I'm going to do, you saw I parted my hair across about here at eye level. So I'm grabbing sections below eye level and I'm going to add layers to it, but I want to make sure that I do that at a relatively consistent angle too. And I like a lot of layer in my hair. And you can see right here, I had shorter layers. Right here, this has grown out quite a bit. It's not going to be extremely off. It'll just be a little bit more dramatic layer than what I had previously. And I'm going to pull that up. And cut that at an angle. You can see there. And now I'm going to grab the next section and include part of that back section. I don't know if you could see I grabbed it with the comb. So that way I can make sure that I'm doing it evenly and consistent. So right here, that's from the back. I can see here on this side where it's a little bit shorter. So that's how far I'm going to go on this one.
Now I just have one easy monthly payment with Avant. I don't have to worry about the rates going up. Avant offers you access to unsecured debt consolidation loan from $2,000 to $35,000. When I saw Avant was accredited by the Better Business Bureau, I knew that was the company for me.
And say the next. Again.
Plus, get a free $50 Amazon gift card after your first payment is made on time. To check your loan options and get this free offer, go to Avant.com and enter code 5454 when applying. Avant.com, code 5454. That's Avant.com, code 5454.
I can see, I don't know if you can, but I've got relatively consistent layers going here. It goes straight across the back and the front. you can also check that by kind of doing this number here, taking a section of the top, just make sure that it's relatively even. And that's going to be when you pull it straight out to the side. It's pretty damn straight. And you can do that a couple of times to just make sure that you have consistent layers throughout. Don't need all of that. Just going to do a cross check here. Make sure back to front is even. Okay. So right here, I have a section of hair. And you can see it's quite a bit. Hold on, let me pull it out straight so it's a little bit easier for you to see. Okay. So it's quite a bit shorter in the back here than it is up front. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim a little bit more of that off. I'm going to do it at an angle though, because my front is longer than my back. So I want those layers to be a little bit smoother. It's because I have the longer hair up front and shorter in the back that I have to have the longer layers in front and the shorter layers in back. Like I said, I'm going to curl it tomorrow and it'll look a lot better, but you can even see here how it's kind of flipping out all the way down. And right here in the back, I don't usually put a ton of layers, but I am going to put some layers. It just makes it a little bit easier when I'm styling it, because my hair is so fine, it's hard for me to get any volume. And this is just a back section. I'm essentially just going to go straight across the top and just try to get my split ends cut.
Come eat two of Santa's real reindeer, Dasher and Dancer. Have fresh cookies and milk with Miss Claus. Play with Snow at Winter Wonderland. Make a build
Then you just kind of come over, do this side. Because I part my hair to my left, I have longer layers on the right side. I don't do it as dramatic on this side. So I will do smaller layers here, and then this section I will usually come forward and just do it to where it kind of frames my face. And I'm going to show you how to do that.
How doers get more done. U.S. only limit 2 per customer valid through December 15th. It's back and it's bigger. It's even more single holidays.
I'm doing the same thing on this side that I did on the other side. It's just a little bit harder because, like I said, I'm right-handed, so it's easier on the opposite side. And you'll notice when I was on this side, I pulled my hair up more. Now that I'm on this side, I'm pulling it out more straight. That's to give me less of a layer here, less dramatic layers. So pulling it out, and you can see down here, it's quite a bit longer than the layers up here, and I'm just going to try to even that out. Like I said, I haven't done my hair in a while, and it's been growing like crazy. So, got it measured out again. Just going to take that off the top like inch or so, because you haven't seen it here, but I've taken off quite a bit. I'll show you in the sink when I'm done. Same, grabbing a little bit from behind so that I can make sure that it matches up. And I want to pull it out more to the side. And you can see here, this is the top layer from the back. So I'm trying to get it pretty close to that, so I'm going to go out just a little bit more and take all this off.
I think it's safe. I think it's amazing. I'm so glad I had it myself. But I tell you what, this holiday season, he's helped us to make Christmas great for all the kids within all the flu.
For the record, when you're cutting your hair like this, you do have to be careful with the scissors. I do, at least, because of how long the scissors are. I have to watch, like this part here, I'm going to have to go from the other side. It's the joys of being right-handed and not ambidextrous. this right here is already pretty freaking even. I'm just gonna trim this right here a little bit, and I'm gonna come forward and do it to where it frames my face again. That's why it's already so close. And I don't know that I wanna take a ton of that off. I am gonna take this part off though. It's only about a 1/2 inch instead of the 3/4 of an inch that I was taking off on the rest of my hair. God, I really hope that you guys can actually hear me on this video. Like I said, I apologize if music's too loud or anything. I've never done this before. So that is about all there is to it. Like I said, you can see I've got the layers here now. They're pretty dramatic. I really like that, and I like the ombre because, or the, I forget what they're called, but essentially it gets lighter as it goes down, but it fades really well, so I don't have to worry about going in and getting foliage. I don't have to worry about going in and getting it dyed every time. It's something I can do like every 6 months when I can afford it. And this side, I have the same thing going on, the layers, and I will check these as well, just so that you can see. Even though I'm, you know, doing my hair in the bathroom at 11 o'clock at night, I still actually care about my hair. And I pulled that straight out, and it's almost perfectly even across. Only reason it's not is because you're pulling at an angle. It's awkward. And do one more section just to make sure. Okay, so this is not quite as even, so when this falls down, I'm going to stop, okay, and cut it. I don't want to do too much. I'd rather have to go back in and take a little bit off of this section than to cut it too dramatically and have to keep going shorter and shorter. So go a little bit long if something doesn't match up. That way you can go back in and check it after, which is what I'm doing. Okay. So you saw there was just a couple pieces that fell down. That's from where I framed my face. This here now though is just a little bit off. So go to where that piece was falling out. It's a little bit more still. And I'm going to cut that. And that's why I said if it doesn't line up, go a little bit long. Sorry, it's getting harder because this took longer than I'm used to and my hair is drying. Even though I've only done my hair once, like I said, I've done other people's hair significantly more times. Okay. So that brings that up, and now it is even on both sides. Now I have the layers on both sides, and like I said, hairstylists, I use 2 of them here in the area. Please don't kill me. I'm out of options right now, but it's not bad. Personally, like I said, I like the layers. It just feels a lot better. This side still has the layers to it. It's a little bit more dramatic. I like that kind of 80s style look, and it's just a lot lighter. And I will show you here, even though I don't know how much you saw it beforehand, didn't have all of this layers quite to it. I'll show you, I didn't cut off a ton, but what I did was pretty long. It just takes a little bit. Takes a little bit of evening out, takes a little bit of practice, but it's really not that bad, not that hard, not that scary. Still have all of my fingers and toes. So that right there is all the hair I cut off. It's because my hair is so fine. There wasn't a ton of it to take off. And like I said, now have a cute hairstyle. I'll style it tomorrow and let you know. Do my makeup so that you can see that too. And hopefully we'll get started on this YouTube fundraising thing for Christmas this year for my family. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.